Our conversation, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, thank you for spending some time with us. I want to put your state's numbers up for our viewers. New Jersey has been sent 654,000 doses and has administered 277,000 doses. Where are the other half, and are you satisfied?
No, it's hard to be satisfied, Nicole, when you've got supplies coming out of the feds that are a lot less than we were promised any American state. I think the reason why you've got a gap in those numbers are a couple of reasons. One is there's a lot of lag in the data reporting. We've got 259 distribution points, including 6 mega sites. That's part of it. The other piece of this included in that allocation is the federally run CVS and Walgreens programs for our long-term care facilities. So on any given day of the week, they've allocated X number of doses for their visit to Y senior home on Saturday. But we're not sitting on any supplies. There's no state warehouse. Every dose is at either a point of distribution or in that CVS Walgreens store, but we a chain for long-term care. But we need more out of the feds. There's just no two ways about it. We've created the distribution infrastructure. We didn't want to be caught flat-footed when we did get the supplies, and we're encouraged to see the Biden administration saying the right things about unleashing the federal supplies, and God knows we need it.
What are you doing in your state to combat vaccine reluctance or vaccine distrust?
You know, if we were talking a couple of months ago, Nicole, on my list of concerns, that would be high on it. Reliance on the Fed distribution at the levels that we need would have been one of those concerns, and that turns out to have been rightful. It's frankly, and I'm knocking on wood here, it's less than we were expecting. You know, we've got, I think, bearing down on 1.5 million people who have pre-registered for their vaccine. You mentioned the number 4.7 million, which is 70% of our adult population within 6 months. That's a very good start. Now, was there still skepticism out there? Yes. We've got big public service announcements in multiple languages going into communities where there's particular skepticism for very rightful historical reasons. But I'm hopeful because this is a different kind of vaccine, among other things. And I think it's clearly a moment of crisis in our country's history for a lot of reasons. It's less than we were anticipating.
Other than first responders and healthcare workers, I don't know if there's anyone who's carried a heavier burden than our teachers. Why not include them?
Well, listen, they're in the on-deck circle, and we need the federal supply to get bigger. But listen, we've followed pretty adherently the CDC guideline. We were actually on our way to the 65 and up population even before the CDC came out with their advice. If you're younger than 65 and you've got chronic conditions, again, we're trying to attack the people who are most at risk right now, which is 80% of our fatalities are folks 65 and older, and a big chunk of the rest are the folks with chronic conditions who are younger. And clearly, if you're an educator and you've got a chronic condition, you're up to bat. But we're going to get to educators, I hope, sooner than later. And again, more federal supply will help us get there faster.
What is the biggest change that you're hoping for? We've talked specifically about more vaccine supply, but what is it? I mean, it seems like governors in my neighborhood have been on their own for 10 months. What is the biggest thing that you need from a Biden administration to change?
There's a fair number of things. I think he's assembling a great team. Andy Slavitt is the most recent name who's been a great advisor for us, is going in there. So his team is great. I think we need a national strategy so that it's not a patchwork quilt. Mobilizing the Defense Production Act if need be, a national masking strategy, a consistency, testing. Our Human Services Commissioner is going to be overseeing testing for the country, and she's a star. This stimulus program that he is going to unveil tonight, everything from state and local aid to keep our frontline workers employed, delivering services, to vaccine money, testing money, school, transit money. I think it's a whole multifaceted approach that has a consistency across the country, not just a patchwork quilt, which is largely what we've got right now.
Under the current management, Governor Phil Murphy of New Jersey, thank you so much for spending some time with us today. We're grateful.
Thanks for having me, Nicole.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.